Volleyball shoots up the standings and wins 3 OVC weekly awards. Football struggles early against SEMO, and the OVC regular season title race in women's soccer is flipped on its head. Hi, my name is Gabe Newman, and this is your EIU Sports Weekly Catch-Up. EIU Volleyball went a perfect 3-0 last week in OVC play after 4-set wins over Western Illinois on Tuesday and back-to-back 4-set wins over SEMO on Friday and Saturday. After losing set 1 25-23 to the Leathernecks on Tuesday, the Panthers stormed back to take the final 3 sets, 25-21, 25-15, and 25-22. It was a historic performance for the program. Eastern's .353 hitting percentage in that one was good for a program record, and senior setter Catalina Roshikes reached a career milestone 3,000 assists. The Panthers rode that momentum into a pair of weekend games against SEMO, beating the Red Hawks in 4 sets on back-to-back occasions. Across all 3 games throughout the week, Destiny Walker totaled 60 kills to be named OVC Offensive Player of the Week, as well as the Daily Eastern News Female Panther of the Week. Roshikes was named the OVC Setter of the Week, while Emma Schroeder was named Defensive Player of the Week in the OVC after collecting 12 blocks across the 3 games. By the time I'm recording this, the Panthers have already beaten Western Illinois at home in 4 sets. That'll be talked about, though, in next week's video. There was another twist in the tail in the OVC women's soccer title race, and it comes at the detriment of EIU. Going into Thursday's game against Lindenwood, the Panthers had a 4-point gap atop the OVC. However, back-to-back losses to Lindenwood and Little Rock by a 0-0 has seen the Panthers fall to 4th in the table and unable to win the regular season title. The Panthers were tripled up on shots against Lindenwood 24-8, and the Lions scored the breakthrough goal in the 84th minute. On Sunday, the lone goal came in the first half from leading goal scorer Maria Schuller, who was able to dribble it around the goalkeeper and put it into an open net. The Panthers were unable to find a response against the Trojans. Eastern doesn't own the tiebreaker over either Lindenwood or Little Rock, and since those two are playing each other on the final day on Sunday, if Eastern was to win on Sunday, that'd put them at 19 points. A Little Rock win would put them over the 19-point total, and a Lindenwood win would get the Lions to 19 points, and they'd have the tiebreaker over Eastern. If that game ends in a draw, Little Rock gets 19 points, and the Trojans would have the tiebreaker. But either way, it's mathematically impossible for Eastern to finish in first at this point. There is a silver lining, though, as results elsewhere has seen the Panthers clinch a top 4 finish ahead of the final day. So if they finish in 3rd or 4th place, the Panthers will host 2 playoff games at Lakeside Field. Men's soccer had a successful week. The Panthers doubled their points total with an exciting 2-2 draw against tied for first Liberty and a 2-0 win over Southern Indiana on Thursday and Sunday. Eastern now has 8 points and is in 5th place in the conference. That point total is double what they accumulated all of last season. On Thursday, Eastern took the lead through a penalty from Shion Hayashi, but it didn't hold as the Flames scored not 1, but 2 goals from a set piece to take a 2-1 lead. Eastern found an equalizer, though, through Casey Wellage, who took advantage of a slip by the closest defender and calmly rolled the ball into the bottom left corner to make it 2-2. On Sunday, it was a composed performance by the Panthers, who took the lead on a well-worked team goal. Hayashi skidded a nice ball across the middle, and Adam Boykin was there to put it in on the far post. That lead stuck, and a Fabrizio Roberti goal 3 minutes from time sealed the first win at Lakeside Field for the program in nearly 2 years. That's Boykin's 2nd goal of the season, and his game-winning goal on Sunday earns him the Daily Eastern News Male Panther of the Week. By the time that game had ended, the field surface was really torn up, as the storms that rolled through and then 2 games on soft grass made it very muddy. But the conditions didn't affect Eastern's one-touch passing too hard, and the team was able to pull out a massive result that puts them in the driver's seat of a playoff berth. EIU football was also slightly impacted by the weather. The Panthers had their game at SEMO moved up by 2 hours so that the game would be over before nasty weather approached. Unfortunately, though, for the Panthers, it got nasty on the field fast. SEMO picked off Connor Wolf with the Panthers deep into the red zone and returned it 95 yards for a pick 6, and by halftime, the Red Hawks had a 35-6 lead. Offensive turnovers and the defense allowing big plays were two major factors leading to the lopsided score. Eastern turned the ball over 6 times. The Wolf picked 6, a Brady Ford interception, and 3 Cole LaCrue interceptions and 1 fumble by him adds up to a season high in turnovers against a SEMO team that was last in the league in turnover margin. The Panthers fall to 2-2 in the OVC Big South and 3-4 overall. Brenda Torres ran a personal best 21 minutes and 13.19 seconds in a 6K at cross country's final regular season meet of the season at the Bradley Pink Classic. It's the 3rd fastest 6K time in program history for Torres, who shaved off 7 seconds from her previous personal best at the NCAA Regionals last season. The women as a team placed 13th. The men placed 18th, led by Michael Atkins' 24 minutes and 47.81 second 8K time. Finally, here's what's going on this week. Women's soccer plays the final day of the regular season down in Cookeville, Tennessee against Tennessee Tech. Men's soccer has a pivotal game against Western Illinois on Saturday at Lakeside Field. Volleyball has a big 2-game series at Little Rock coming up. That's a battle between 2 teams tied for 2nd place in the OVC. Swim is back in action at Olivet Nazarene. Women's golf has completed the Evansville Braun Intercollegiate. That'll get talked about next week. Men's golf is at the Lehigh Invitational this weekend. Women's basketball takes to Groninger Arena this week for the first time in a preseason game against Illinois Wesleyan, and football travels to South Carolina, going from Charleston to Charleston as the Panthers take on Charleston Southern on Saturday. Be sure to follow the Daily Eastern News on all of our social media platforms and stay up to date on everything going on by checking out our website as well, dailyeasternnews.com.